Well, why did you choose the Democrat Party? I mean, you obviously you name a problem, and you've sued them. So, but why are you still running? Why not the Independent or Libertarian or Republican Party?
Well, when I got involved in 2010, I was very concerned about the health care. I was very concerned that they were going to take terrorists out of Gitmo and put them down in Thompson, Illinois, which is just about 150 miles south of here. So I decided to get involved in the race. And I could have identified with the Republicans or the Democrats. I know that sounds crazy. And then the independents were there. And the reason is, I don't believe my policy decisions should be determined by any party. I've been in government before, a lot. And I can walk in and talk to all the people from all the parties, and we'll find out what the problems are. Something like I think Donald Trump is trying to do, but he's doing it from the White House. He's not down on the floor. And so you have to work with everybody, and these problems need to be solved. We need leadership and we need solutions. I think the people know this.
Well, are you saying you're more of a pragmatic person? Let's get some real solutions to some of these things.
I think the Republican Party is a great party.
Or populists, or
yeah, I think both parties have. Well, especially the Republican Party has done a great deal. It was founded purely for the reason of abolishing slavery in the country, in Rye Pond, Wisconsin. It's amazing. Right. Abraham Lincoln ran as a third-party candidate, and he won. And he was only selected because of his positions on slavery and his strong positions, because he'd really never been in Washington since he lost his first House seat, because he went against the Mexican War, the Mexican-American War, so they wouldn't elect him anymore, but they brought him back. So this is an amazing party, and it has a lot of vitality to it. The problem is that both of these parties are controlled by activists. And so activists control both of them. And I think anybody would want to go to the primary, actually. I think Tim Pawlenty should go to the primary, because we want to hear the issues, and we want to hear what candidates what skills they have, what abilities, and what they want to do. And so, to me, parties, I just don't see parties. I guess I'm in a kind of a post-party America.
The thing that comes to my mind, it kind of deals with borders and jurisdiction. Parties are supposed to be about ideology, what a group of people believe and what they want to see happen, yet then again, the Republicans Party split in two. You got the corporatists, you got the conservatives, and the Democrat Party is split in two. You have the corporatists and you have the socialists.
Sure. And I think if you go back to the origin of the parties, they just became a factor slightly before the Civil War, especially during the time of Martin Van Buren. I believe he was the first one that really got elected with a national party. And they basically represented different interest groups. So the Southern, it wasn't the Republicans, it was the Democratic Republicans at that time, and they represented agriculture. And then you had the Federalists, I think, in the North that were representing the industry. And they just wanted to go to Congress, like we all do, and make decisions, and they were trying to benefit their own constituencies. And that's the problem with parties, that it's not only that it's activists, but the activists want to serve certain constituencies, which is not America as a whole. And now it's reached a point where it's extremely extreme. I mean, we're just going from one side to the other. We went to Obama.
Right.
Oh my God, somehow we got out of that. Now we're to Trump. I think Trump is a pragmatist, but there are a lot of people that were on the other side that still want to knock Trump out. So I think all of us have to get past the parties. If we look at the voters in each national election, it's the independent voters that hold the cards. And then the majority. There's more independents now in the last several federal elections than there are either Republicans or Democrats. But the problem is some of those independents are really just people who are leaners. They'll kind of lean one way or the other, so they're not purely independent. But that's what we need. I think America is waking up and finding that the party should do the best that they can. And in Minnesota, all the power to the Republicans if they can compete in the Twin Cities, for instance, and come in and address some of these issues, like some of the Senate candidates are talking about doing. But really, it's people like Keith Ellison and Betty McCollum, who are going to have those as safe seat districts, including all the state legislatures. I believe they couldn't get any closer than Bloomington in the last election. Well, you got to go in and you got to compete, and you got to talk to the people on the street, and you have to say, look, we have a solution to this. You should not have to go on living your life like this, you know, being dependent, having poor schools, being away from the good jobs, which has all gone to the suburbs. We're going to work together and we're going to change things. So the parties should give it everything they got, but what do they got?